So every year they do what's called an honor flight, and I believe it's a bunch of different organizations get together, and they fly out veterans from World War II, Korea, and Vietnam, and they fly them to D.C. So they can go see all the memorials. All expenses are paid, and it's a fantastic program. They've been doing it for years now, and this next video I'm going to show you is why I believe Obama was the greatest supporter of the military ever. Well, at least in modern times. I'll give him that. In my lifetime, what he did, he didn't have to do that. He's not running for election. He doesn't need any more notary. It wasn't a PR stunt. The guy is retired and said, you know what? I'm in D.C. Let me swing on over and surprise the ladies and gentlemen who are aboard this flight. So good stuff. Check it out.
Hello, everybody. What? As we approach Veterans Day, I wanted to stop by and just say thank you for your extraordinary service. To you, your family, the sacrifices that all of you made to protect our country is something that will always be honored. And we are very grateful, and we also happen to welcome you with a 70-degree day in D.C., which doesn't always happen around here.
That's the first time I've seen a president, former or current, greet an honor flight, and that is absolutely amazing. A commander-in-chief, a leader who's going to show up and tell you that your service was worth something. I think that's the important part, so I think it was a great thing that happened.
Next time I got to see a president, it was Gerald Ford.
How about...
As a veteran who served this country, over the past 10 years, I have truly lost my faith in my service to this country, the way that the country is going now, the direction in which the country is going now, led by this regime. But when I see former President Barack Obama show up at D.C. Reagan Airport to surprise a group of veterans who are doing an honor flight, to thank them for their service and to shake each and every single one of their hands, thanking them for their service to this country, it restores my faith in my service to this country. Watch how former President Barack Obama greets and thanks and honors those who have served.
Hello, everybody. What? As we approach Veterans Day, I wanted to stop by and just say thank you for your extraordinary service. To you, your family, the sacrifices that all of you made to protect our country is something that will always be honored. And we are very grateful, and we also happen to welcome you with a 70-degree day in D.C., which doesn't always happen around here.
That's the first time I've seen a president, former or current, greet an honor flight, and that is absolutely amazing. A commander-in-chief, a leader who's going to show up and tell you that your service was worth something. I think that's the important part, so I think it was a great thing that happened.
Last time I got to see a president, it was Gerald Ford.
How about that?
It was my heart today to see all these people. It's good. We still got people in our country, and that's good.
I had tears in my eyes. I just couldn't believe that there was that many people around that remembered us and was there to greet us, and it was just unbelievable.
Former President Barack Obama did not go on that plane and look at those veterans and say, oh, you voted for Trump, I'm not going to shake your hand. Our veterans are being impacted right now with this current administration and their draconian policies. Many of our disabled veterans right now depend on SNAP benefits in which they are not receiving. So if you voted for this regime and this administration, don't thank a veteran. Don't thank a veteran for Veterans Day because you voted against our benefits.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and I hope you are all doing good. The former President Barack Obama stunned veterans ahead of Veterans Day, greeting Korean and Vietnam War heroes as they landed in DC. So the moment was filled with genuine gratitude, laughter, and heartfelt appreciation for their extraordinary services and sacrifice. So many white Americans are now admitting Obama's leadership and compassion were on a completely different level compared to the current president. So guys, watch their reactions as Obama connects personally with those who fought for America, proving why he remains beloved across generations. So guys, let's get into the video. Of course, all credit belongs to the original creators of the video. I'll be back with more commentaries. Stay tuned.
What President Obama did shouldn't be amazing, but it is. And that is exactly how every single veteran we have here in the United States should be treated every single day, not just on Veterans Day. And I am the proud granddaughter of a veteran of World War II. And this, I know I'm very emotional, but thank you, President Obama, for doing this and recognizing their service.
Happy Veterans Day from the ex-Al-Qaeda guy. Imagine being a veteran and watching the ex-leader of Al-Qaeda, and I mean this quite literally. Only a couple years ago, he had a $10 million bounty on his head from the U.S. government and was on the most wanted terrorist watch list.
We as men would die without complaining, without pleading, and safe in the feeling that we have done our best for what we believed was right.
Hey, just so we're clear, MAGA, your guy will never ever make people feel like this.
Hello, everybody. What? As we approach Veterans Day, I wanted to stop by and just say thank you for your extraordinary service. To you, your family, the sacrifices that all of you made to protect our country is something that will always be honored. And we are very grateful, and we also happen to welcome you with a 70-degree day in D.C., which doesn't always happen around here.
That's the first time I've seen a president, former or current, greet an honor flight, and that is absolutely amazing. A commander-in-chief, a leader who's going to show up and tell you that your service was worth something. I think that's the important part, so I think it was a great thing to happen.
Last time I got to see a president, it was Gerald Ford.
How about that?
Never.
This is my president.
Everybody. What? As we approach Veterans Day, I wanted to stop by and just say thank you for your extraordinary service. To you, your family, the sacrifices that all of you made to protect our country is something that will always be honored. And we are very grateful, and we also happen to welcome you with a 70-degree day in D.C., which doesn't always happen around here.
That's the first time I've seen a president, former or current, greet an honor flight, and that is absolutely amazing.
Sometimes I feel like this country took this man for granted compared to what we have now. That man would never. That man did a whole speech and voiced it about himself and his administration and what he felt like was good for everybody. And this man is not even president anymore, and he still is doing the duties that some presidents have not done in years. Still honoring people, carrying yourself with dignity. Like, it makes me sad to think that that is the man that's representing us. It makes me sad. And it makes me miss him. Damn, I miss that man. I hate that man in office now.
It's Veterans Day, and what I'm about to tell you is absolutely disgusting. While America is supposed to be honoring all veterans who served, Donald Trump's government is erasing some of them. And yes, you guessed which ones. See, this week, the United States quietly removed a memorial in the Netherlands that honored the more than 1 million black soldiers who fought in World War II. The display stood at the American Cemetery in Margraten, where 8,000 U.S. troops are buried, including 174 African Americans. Now, one of the panels told the truth, that black soldiers didn't just fight the Nazis, they fought segregation in their own ranks. They built airfields, drove supply trucks, dug graves, and liberated Europe while still being denied equal rights at home. Now those panels are gone. No notice, no ceremony, just disappeared. The Trump administration's excuse? Routine rotation. But there's nothing routine about erasing history, especially the parts that make America uncomfortable, and especially the week leading up to Veterans Day. And it just happens to come after complaints from far-right groups like the Heritage Foundation, who say the military should stop dividing soldiers by race, even though those soldiers were treated differently. See, on Veteran Days of all days, this is how Trump chooses to honor service, by pretending some service didn't count. So remember this, the men who stormed beaches, flew planes, and built bridges for freedom all deserve to be remembered, because erasing their story doesn't make America prouder, it makes America smaller.
This is an unusual Veterans Day for a lot of reasons. The majority of people who ran the US military for decades are now veterans by way of forced retirement, as the Trump administration spent the last 10 months purging the armed forces of anyone who wasn't deemed sufficiently loyal to the president, regardless of their loyalty to the country.
Donald Trump, a man who, by the way, evaded the draft 5 times. 5 times he had the opportunity to serve during the war in Vietnam, and 5 times he came up with bogus reasons why he should not have to go, to include getting doctors to lie about having a bone spur.
Senator Duckworth is one of those thousands of veterans who have come out against Donald Trump as commander-in-chief. And so far, she's been right about the ways he's abused his office, both big and small, from politicizing what is supposed to be a non-political body.
Our military is one of those last institutions in America that maintains the respect and the admiration of the American people. The people who serve in our military choose to serve in order to defend the Constitution, to protect the United States of America. They did not join up in the military to go and patrol the streets of the city and do policing functions and to intimidate fellow Americans from living their lives. It's really a misuse of our military. Our military needs to remain outside of politics. And yet you see a Secretary of Defense, you see a president who continue to use our military as little props in their political games. And to me, that is egregious, it's sickening, and it really disrespects the men and women who serve in uniform, who are far better than that.
Like she said, having soldiers patrol the streets of U.S. cities like they're occupied war zones, a stunt that's main accomplishments include intimidating civilians and hurting military families.
I served for 23 years. If I were activated to be fighting our nation's enemies overseas, or if I was activated to be helping Illinoisans recover from a flood in the Mississippi or a tornado in central Illinois, that's fine. I would be proud to be doing that. You know, if I'm going to be away from home at Christmas and Thanksgiving, I want it to be because I'm serving my country in a way that my community needs me. Not that I am being marched around our nation's cities to intimidate Americans and to try to prevent Americans from exercising their First Amendment.
As we continue watching, we are seeing the Veterans Day just got a huge dose of nostalgia and respect. The former President Barack Obama surprised a group of Korean and Vietnam War veterans as they landed in Washington, D.C., and the reactions were priceless. Yes, many Americans are now reflecting on just how differently leaders can honor those who served. So guys, let's continue watching. I'll be coming back with more commentaries. Stay tuned.
On Veterans Day, we're supposed to honor the brave men and women who put their lives on the line for this country, but Donald Trump simply can't do that. He just had to make this speech all about himself and, of course, spread a few lies while he's at it. Take a look at this.
Veterans, we have a 92% approval rating. We took that up from 38% from a certain previous administration that we won't mention.
A 92% approval rating. That's a lie so big you can see it from space. It's unbelievable. Donald Trump's not using Veterans Day to honor the veterans. He's using it to honor himself. His ego is out of control, but the crazy part is he expects people to believe this nonsense instead of reality, polls, and actual data. We're currently 295 days into Donald Trump's second term, and he has a 39% approval rating. That's, of course, nowhere near 92% like he's trying to claim, but over half of all Americans blame him directly for making their lives worse. The contrast here is crazy. Today, Barack Obama surprised a flight of veterans as they were entering D.C., shaking all of their hands and saluting them. He looked them in the eye and honored their service with genuine gratitude and respect. That is leadership. You can feel the difference here. One man uses veterans as a backdrop for his own ego. The other one shows up to shake their hands and salute them. One of them makes everything about himself. The other one knows it's not about him, it's about them and the country.
Guys, you're seeing as the veterans stepped off the plane, Obama was there to personally greet them. Handshakes, the hugs, and warm smiles filled the tarmac. The genuine gratitude in his voice as he thanked them for their extraordinary service was impossible to miss. Yes, so there were a lot of reactions from the veterans. Many of the veterans looked emotional and even a little starstruck. You could see the respect and also the admiration in their eyes as they interacted with the former President Barack Obama. Some even commented on how Obama's presence made them feel truly valued, something they feel is lacking today. Imagine, is lacking today. Take that point down. So there are a lot of public reflections. Social media erupted with Americans, particularly white citizens, admitting that Obama's leadership and compassion were a million times better than Trump's. From personal interaction to genuine care for veterans, the contrast couldn't be clearer. Yes, guys, this Veterans Day, Obama reminded us all of the power of gratitude and human side of leadership. While politics often divide us, moments like these bring Americans together, honoring those who gave so much for the country. Yes, guys, whether you agree politically or not, it's hard to argue with the sincerity and respect shown here, because Veterans Day is about honoring sacrifice. And in this moment, Obama showed while he will always be remembered fondly by those who served him. Guys, this is a good gesture, and many people have praised the former president Donald Obama, for his compassion, and I also love him for that. He is compassionate, and without any point of contradiction, I can say he just has the Black American blood. Yes, and also that is how Black unity is always there. Compassion for everybody without any point of discrimination. Yeah, and that is what the former president showed to the people. I give him appreciation for the love that he has for everyone without any contradiction. Yes, guys. Anyway, it's good to appreciate all leaders, and we thank all of them. Yes, this video is meant for educational purposes and commentary purposes as well. I love you all. Be blessed. Peace be with you. Until next time, guys. Of course, all credit belongs to the original creators of this video. Thank you so much. Kindly give this video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video for it to get to a wider audience, and also turn on that notification bell. Hit the notification bell as you subscribe, so that you don't miss on the next one. Thank you. Be blessed. Peace be with you. Until next time.